And here we go with a box from HOKA, paid for by me. It is the HOKA Challenger ATR 7. Oh boy, look at this. So first of all, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, so today I have the HOKA Challenger. This is a crossover shoe, somewhere between trails and roads, and ideally it's something to go from roads to trails. So I do have an experience with the HOKA Challenger. In fact, I have the HOKA, the HOKA Challenger ATR 5 right here, so 2 iterations ago, and I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite shoes of all time. Specifically the trails, you know, I actually did quite a few races in this, a lot of training and everything, but that was back whenever HOKA did this kind of excess upper material. I remember the Clifton doing the same thing, but still this shoe did so well. And here it is, you know, the later on baby brother, I guess, later on, all grown up, and there's quite a few differences, and we can get into the comparison of those things later on. But here we are with the 7. Take a look at this colorway. Oh my gosh, this, like, you know, Fiesta Party citrus, you know, kind of consistent with the latest HOKA colorways here. Quite the pronounced Elfier here, back here. You know, we can get into the full review, but right now it's just the first impressions. My goals with this shoe is to be, to find out, is this like the ideal dad shoe, right? The perfect or near perfect everything shoe, something that can handle life, that can handle work, that can handle running, that can handle roads, that can handle trails, and have no fear to go in between all of those things. And if need be, get all washed up and pretty for, you know, going out or anything else that might happen in the way of life. Because, well, frankly, you know, my goal is to find a shoe that does not really require a whole lot of thinking as far as, like, you know, picking it up, putting it on. You just know that it's going to work for you within like a specific box. You know, there's extreme cases all over the place, but you know, this should fit right in the middle. Okay, and then there's some other road to trail shoes that I'm thinking about as well. Okay, so here is the insert that comes along with that. It's actually a little bit thicker than I expected, so this should have some nice step-in comfort here coming up. I believe this is like your HOKA standard compressed molded EVA. On the screen now is what the foam is, so forgive me if it's not exactly right. I'm hoping that this will be like a nice, you know, breathable mesh, but also able to keep the dust and the dirt away within moderation, as well as being quick drying. I know, you know, the grass behind me, for example, you know, you get up and you're going to work, and then you have to run the compost down to the compost pile. You have to go get the trash. You have to go get the kid toy, something like that. And you're walking through wet grass. And then if you have a shoe that cannot breathe or dry quickly, now you're stuck with wet feet, you know, pretty much all morning long. And, you know, I don't mind that. It happens, but, you know, it doesn't have to be that way, right? It could be something, a shoe that could dry quickly, and then you don't have to worry about all that stuff. You know, taking a look at the traction out here, it's like lugs, but not lugs. It's, you know, exposed EVA, but not exposed EVA. So it does have some pronouncement. And same thing with the 5 here. It was basically the same kind of tread pattern. They have updated that a little bit, as you can see the difference here, but kind of the guts remain the same, where you have this exposed business down here, and then you have kind of this more aggressive blue stuff here at the back and the front. Okay. And yeah, just interesting. You know, I know I wasn't going to compare the two, but here I am doing that. All right, everybody. So I'm excited to get this underfoot. And you know, like some of my other shoes, I do take these out for like almost like a 30-day stress test. Basically, wear these for every situation that I find myself in, and then report back. And that's what I think I'm going to do with this. All right. So it is now the 1st of June, and I haven't quite decided what this month's you know, shoe of the month is going to be as far as stress testing goes. So this might be one of them, but there's some other ones to consider. Okay, so let me know, what is your experience with road to trail shoes? Do you guys, you know, love them, hate them? No, you know, like, you know, I've never experienced them. What do you guys think? Let me know. Looking to have a little communal back and forth about this stuff. It's so much fun. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day. Catch you in the next one.